How does Django handle caching? Have you ever wondered how web applications manage to load so quickly? One of the secrets behind this speed is caching, and Django has a robust system for it. Let's break down how Django handles caching in a simple way. Django uses a built-in caching framework that helps improve the performance of web applications. Instead of fetching or recalculating data every time it is needed, caching allows the application to store and reuse data. This saves time and resources, making everything run smoother. First, let's talk about cache backends. Django supports several options for where and how cached data is stored. You can choose from in-memory caches like Memcached or Redis, which are super fast and great for high-performance applications. Alternatively, there are file-based caches that save data on disk, or database caches that use your existing database to store cached content. You set this up in the Django settings file under the caches dictionary, where you specify the type of backend and its details. Next, Django offers different levels of caching. One option is per-site caching, which caches the entire output of your site. You can implement this by adding specific middleware classes to your middleware stack. This method caches full page responses for a set duration, which can significantly reduce server load, especially for mostly static content. Another option is per-view caching. This caches the output of individual views using the cache page decorator. This method is more selective, allowing you to cache only the views that need it most, like those that involve expensive database queries or complex calculations. Each URL for the cached view is stored separately. Django also allows template fragment caching. This is useful when you want to cache specific parts of a template, like a sidebar or a list of items, instead of the whole page. This way, you can keep the dynamic parts of your page fresh while benefiting from the speed of caching for the static sections. For developers who want more control, Django provides a low-level cache API. This lets you cache arbitrary data within your code, like query results or API responses. To enable caching, you need to configure the cache backend in your settings file. For example, you might set it up like this. Caches is equal to default backend Django core cache backends memcached cache. Location 127.0.1 11,211. For per-site caching, you add caching middleware in the correct order to the middleware list and specify cache timeout settings. For per-view caching, you simply apply the cache page decorator to your views, defining how long to cache the output. Using caching can greatly reduce database load and speed up response times for application programming interfaces by storing query results or serialized responses. It can also help with server-side logic that involves complex calculations or external API calls by caching intermediate results. In summary, Django's caching framework provides flexible options to store and reuse data at different levels. This makes backend development more efficient by cutting down on unnecessary processing and speeding up response times.